So the first time I saw the laser on DMT was my first time on DMT. So it was a 2-for-1.
Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people, where we go through creepy TikToks that will make you question reality. Don't forget, sub up, turn on notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and give us a hype, because apparently that helps. But with that being said, let's run.
So the first time I saw the laser on DMT was my first time on DMT. So it was a 2-for-1.
Yes.
Thing. So I did the DMT, go over there and look at the laser, and it's not like those, remember those pictures in the 90s where you kind of like have to look a certain way and
like
then
the mind's eye ones where there's nothing until you've really focused.
And there's like a bird on the page or something.
Yes.
And it's not like that, where you've kind of like got to move your head and somebody's got to suggest it to you. And like, do you see the letters now? Do you see the characters? That's what I thought it might be.
Yeah.
And Danny Goler is the guy that's kind of running that experiment now. It's called Project Veil Break. Mm-hmm. And he showed it to me. I just kind of like got near the wall and you could see they're just there, sitting there. But the weird thing is, like, if you're on DMT and you're trying to keep your eyes open and look at like this rock wall over here, little things would move. You know, little things would be kind of moving around, morphing a little bit. These were static text, static characters. And if you get close to the wall, you can see about, from my POV, maybe other people are different, you could see like 14 inches through the wall.
So that's basically talking about seeing code when you're on DMT in the laser light. What are we seeing here? That is a cigar-shaped mothership. But yeah, I want to do that experiment. Whoa, this is some big objects. Whoa. There's a big object that went behind the cloud. The cloud's got thunder and lightning, and it's carrying on. If they're real videos.
You are looking at the real-life Hawkins lab.
This is Camp Hero in Montauk. Before the show was called Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers actually pitched it as a show called Montauk because the entire plot is based on the conspiracy theories from right here.
And the real history is just as weird as the show.
In the 1940s, the military disguised the entire base as a fake fishing village to hide it from the Nazis.
You see that church? It's not a real church.
It's a military gymnasium built with a fake steeple.
Underneath these hills are massive sealed bunkers.
In the show, these are the labs where they keep the gates to the upside down. In real life, these doors are welded shut, and locals say there are miles of tunnels still down there. This is an AN/FPS 35 radar. Conspiracy theorists say it wasn't just scanning for Soviets. They claim it broadcasted at 400 megahertz, a frequency used to experiment on the minds of kidnapped children. And the monster? The legend says a psychic subject named Duncan Cameron accidentally manifested a creature from his subconscious. It roamed these woods, eating people until they cut the power to that dish.
So no, Hawkins, Indiana isn't real. But the lab, the experiments, the monster, that story started right here.
Hey, USA, what's new?
Wow, that's scary. It's scary, the world we live in, isn't it?
A weird new rule that says that if you want to come here, you will have to show us your social media history in the past 5 years. Are you serious? Yeah, unfortunately, you will have to tell us all of the social media accounts you used in the last 5 years. All of them. That's not even all. Oh, what else? Travelers must give their phone numbers in the last 5 years and their email addresses in the last 10 years. The IP addresses of your online devices. What? And names, date of birth, and place of birth of your family members. Of family members too? Are you serious, US? Unfortunately, yeah. And even if you're from a country that doesn't require a visa, like the UK or Germany, you will have to show us your social media history. Even us? Yeah, bro. Even you. America, don't you have like a World Cup coming up and Olympics in a year or two? Yeah. So you want all the people coming for the World Cup to show you their social media history? Exactly. We're making the process even harder for people. Bro, I've never seen a country killing its own tourism as fast as you are, US.
I mean, that's quite extreme. And has it got anything to do with the little country? Because there was posts about if you say anything about not United States, but the other country, that you basically wouldn't get in the country. And that was quite a while back. I forgot about all that. So it's weird now that looking. So what are they looking for in your social media? What is it that they don't want you to be posting about? That's the question. If anybody knows, please let me know.
All right, guys. This is some seriously fucked up shit happening over Oklahoma City right now. It's December 8th. It's about 6:12 p.m. And I was just driving.
This is the third video of motherships over the skies. What is going on, peeps? I think they've arrived. This must be ahead of the 3i Atlas arriving.
In the sky that looked kind of just like lights in the sky kind of thing. So as soon as I got to my house, I pulled up one of these webcams that I knew which way I'd be looking. And look at this shit. Have you guys seen the Surfline webcam videos over Ventura and one other town in California? They look like this. They had the little like saucer-shaped objects showing up with light underneath them, like a beam of light. And look, if these don't look just like that Ventura, California Surfline video, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I don't even know what to say or what to think about this because I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is literally right over my head. So tell me what you guys think about this. I'll tell you, I have watched this webcam many, many times before. And it's a clear evening here. If it wasn't clear, you would not be able to see that tall tower in the background. If it was cloudy, that would be in the cloud.
Well, that don't look natural. A bit pinky. It's a big pinky, y'all. A bit hazy as well. Not a nice pink. A hazy, dirty pink.
Please, tickets? Well, you coming?
Scratch carpet on a wheel.
Never takes a rest.
Flying through the mountains and the snow.
You can ride for free.
If you just say yes, because that's the way things happen on the Polar Express.
You bet.
Woo woo, the missile blows.
That's on the official White House TikTok page.
You're looking at brand new video released within the last hour officially from the Attorney General. You can see the tanker in the distance, U.S. agents rappelling down from helicopters you see here. They appear to search cabins and compartments on board as the footage goes on. The Attorney General says the agents executed a seizure warrant for a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela as well as Iran. And you're looking at this brand new video. As you can see, it's courtesy of the Attorney General, and it is unclassified according to the United States, which is why it's now in the news. The New York Times reports a federal judge signed off on this warrant. Of course, there is a domestic element to this, the laws being applied, but also this is a major international.
Also announced a permanent pause on third world migration, including from hellholes like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, and many other countries. Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? Let us have a few. From Denmark, do you mind sending us a few people? Send us some nice people, do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. The only thing they're good at is going after ships. Think of it, from hundreds of miles away, we have.
You brought in your bag this.
It's weird how he's saying this because there's a guy from Somalia, I believe, that's trending all over TikTok at the moment, saying that there's the takeover of America. And the only thing he's not happy about is that Trump won't be here to see the full takeover, but his kids will see it. Does it feel a little bit staged, peeps? I don't know. This is I don't know what's going on. It was very staged to me. And this is Barbara Bush.
With 2 small buttons on it. Something that you said was very important to you, and I'd like for you to explain those if you could.
Well, at a breakfast this morning, someone gave me 2 buttons, one for George and one for me, that had a 5-0 on it. They said I must wear it until we get back our hostages. And I said to the lady, but there aren't 50 hostages. There are 53 hostages. And I feel very strongly that the President of the United States has really let us down. There are 3 hostages held by the government itself, and 50 have.
I think you know what I'm thinking, peeps. I don't think I need to say anything, right?
World Cup hasn't even begun yet, but the drama is already kicking off. This is wild. So next year, the tournament actually kicks off during Pride Month. So because of that, the city of Seattle, they've organized one of the group stage games to be hosted as a Pride match. Now, keep in mind, this was organized before they knew which countries would be playing in this match. And so in this wild case of irony, the 2 teams that have now just been revealed to be selected for this game are Egypt and Iran. Both countries, you can actually be imprisoned for being gay. So, so to clarify, this wasn't organized by FIFA, rather the local committee in Seattle. And despite this unexpected lineup, a spokesperson said that they are not changing plans because of the countries participating. So currently, Iran and Egypt, they will be facing each other in a Pride celebration match. I have a feeling this World Cup about to be crazy.
You couldn't write it. You could not write it. Interesting.
Well, it's safe to say I'm never sleeping after this. Take a
I'm
look.
currently home alone,
This is
watching
scary.
mine CTV. Mind you, my masks are right up there. What the fuck is this? So like I said, I'm watching this bullshit as if that's not freaky enough. At midnight, home alone. What's really creeping me out is the fact that there is a mask on my fridge. Here, let me zoom. That's not my mask. My mask is behind me. So I don't know who put that mask here. Bro, what the fuck? Where'd the fucking mask go?
They've done a pretty good job convincing people that hell is someplace else. No. This life is hell. This existence is hell. This planet is hell. This planet is a fucking prison planet, okay? Just look at the things we do every single day. Hell is not some place where you go when you die if you've been a bad human in this life. Absolute bollocks. This is hell. We're living it every single day. Okay, we've got to cut our hair, we've got to brush our teeth, we've got to wipe our ass. We've got to go to work for 50 years of our lives. We've got to pay bills, we've got to pay taxes, we've got to pay speeding fines, we've got to pay parking fines, we've got to pay for natural resources. All this shit, okay? You're living in hell. Hell is right here, and you're living it every single day. It doesn't get much worse than this, okay? This is fucking hell. This life is hell.
Now you're telling me not only do we have plasmoids in the sky and drones searching for the plasmoids, but now we have a vortex under the ocean where another civilization has been living for generations? I feel like every day I wake up to something new and something crazy, but at the same time, something that I believe because I believed it in my core being for my entire life. But these creatures apparently were discovered. An investigation under the water happened, and they found this civilization that's been there for decades. At what point are we going to get photographs and like HD video of all of this? Because I can see it in my mind's eye, but I need to see it and I need physical proof of it. So have you guys heard of this civilization that's now under the water? I feel like I can't keep up with things.
Guys, imagine a planet bigger than Earth with no land in sight, just water and waves from the North Pole all the way to the South Pole. This is actually a real planet called TOI 145-2b. It is a super Earth exoplanet that was discovered back in 2022 that's about 100 light years away from us. Scientists think it may be a water world that is completely covered in this deep ocean. So it's roughly 70% larger than Earth, about 5 times as massive, and it completes an orbit around its red dwarf star about every 11 days. Because of the planet's density and location in the star's habitable zone, where conditions might support life, it makes it a strong candidate for further research in case there's something living there, because they think it's covered in water. But it's just crazy to think about a planet with no land at all that's way bigger than Earth, and the ocean might be like deeper than the Mariana Trench everywhere on this planet, which is crazy. I saw someone talking about if there was alien life that got intelligent on this planet, they may not be able to leave the planet's atmosphere because of how high the gravity would be on this planet by using methods that we would use like rocket fuel. So they would have to develop some sort of nuclear or fusion reactor to power their rockets to be powerful enough to leave their orbit. People were also saying because it's orbiting this red dwarf star, it's likely tidally locked. So half the planet would likely be frozen solid while the other half is perpetually subjected to stellar flares and radiation. So maybe the conditions for life really isn't that good there. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys some thalassophobia today. So there you go. You're welcome.
What's that? Oh, a neuroscience experiment was done on some elderly folks that were deteriorating rapidly. And what happened from the experiment was a bit bonkers. Tell me more. Yeah, so this group of elderly folks were put into this house where they could only speak positive things to each other, themselves, as well as out to the... Most of these guys didn't want to participate. They were old and grumpy and just felt like that their time was... However, what happened next was a bit... So what they were trying to figure out was a few things to see if these elderly folks would get better cognitively, physically, and so on. And also to see with what they told their brain would believe. So lo and behold, they did this for about 2 weeks straight. And they didn't see a whole lot of track. This was until about the 3rd week where these elderly folks started to get much better cognitive. They were putting down their canes. They were putting down their, and they were moving in a way that they haven't moved like in years. So obviously what they figured out is that what these people told their brain, it came true. But even after this experiment was done and all these folks thought that their time was up before the experiments, they kept doing this with each other and met up frequently to do these activities and tell each other and be positive. To this day, the people that were involved in conducting this experiment can't explain how this actually works, but just know that it worked. But
to the people of the United States, for decades, Russia and the United States have stood on opposite sides of many disagreements. But history has shown us something important. When our two nations choose cooperation, the world becomes more stable, safer, and humanity moves forward faster. Today, I want to remind everyone of a simple truth. Russia does not seek confrontation. We seek mutual respect, equal dialogue, and genuine frameworks for cooperation. Our peoples have stood side by side during decisive moments in world history, and we can do so again. There are many areas where both Russians and Americans want peace: science, energy, security, space exploration, and the protection of the planet we all share. I believe the future will be more secure if we speak to one another rather than about one another. Russia is ready to open new paths of dialogue for the benefit of both nations and for a world with fewer conflicts. I hope this message will be widely shared, because peace can only begin with understanding between people. Thank you.
Wow, someone with some common sense. Wow, finally.
Hey, what are you doing? Wow.
AI. AI.
So scientists just made one of the biggest discoveries and people are absolutely losing their minds. So there's something called hydrogel. You may not know what that is, but it's what Orbeez, you probably used to play with them back in chapter 1, like we all had them. There is a lot of things hydrogel is used for, whether that's toys or other things that people have. And of course, we all know the pain of getting a cut, whether it's small or very severe. It's not very nice. Get a severe wound, depending on how bad it is, they bandage it up and it can take quite a while for that to heal. However, scientists at the University of Bayreuth in Germany made an absolutely insane discovery earlier this year. I'm not joking when I say this is absolutely game-changing. They have developed a hydrogel which is so thin that it actually mimics human skin. But not only is it thin, it actually mimics human capabilities, such as its healing capacities, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. It will be like this patch for smaller cuts and sort of a sleeve for bigger ones, and will 90% heal a wound in 4 hours and fully within a day. What? Of course, this is undergoing a lot of testing, but will be going mainstream at some point, so I will keep you updated.
Well, I was listening to a podcast about aliens that have this very intelligent skin that they wear that moved on its own or something. Sounds similar to that.
Yo, now you can fucking see
There it is. There it is, y'all. Little doubler.
Sorry, baby, I didn't mean to scream. It's a sun right there, bitch. And a sun right here. The moon is on the other fucking side. Or is that a planet? What the fuck?
We have measured approximately over 1 kilometer of that.
Over a kilometer?
Yes, over.
Do you think that the pyramid was a nuclear fusion machine?
Please give me another question. I don't know. Maybe the water goes through these spirals, and the spirals are made by piezoelectric material.
Do you think we can turn the power grid back on?
But we do like that.
This will probably get me canceled, but it's the truth. So here we go. All religions are man-made. God isn't. God isn't Christian, Muslim, Catholic, or Buddhist. God is bigger than your label. If your God tells you to divide, you're not talking to God. If faith makes you feel superior, you're only worshiping yourself. If your God hates who you hate, you created him. If your religion needs an enemy, that's not worship. That's politics. Your church isn't the only road to God. It never was. Because religion didn't create God. But man, it sure created a whole lot of wars. If your religion makes you feel chosen, guess what? You already lost. If you think God only speaks your language, you're not listening. God existed way before your religion did. He's going to be here way after it disappears. All this to say, religion divides, love unites. So which side are you on? I choose spirituality over religion and over fake worship and man-made religions. Those are politics. They're used to divide, create wars. If you can look at somebody else and feel superior based on your beliefs, you're not tapped in. So choose love. Choose unity. Remember, the goal is to leave everybody you come across better than you found them. And it starts with you. Do some soul searching. Namaste.
What would you do if you saw this?
That makes sense to me.
A married couple was coming home after a hard day of work and decided to stop by the supermarket to buy groceries. But suddenly they saw something strange was heading right at them. The girl who filmed everything on camera did not immediately understand what was happening because it seemed from afar that it's just a girl. When this strange creature decided to come closer to them, the girl considered her not so much, that fear of her. But then something strange began to happen. She started sharply attacking these guys, trying to snatch the phone. Guys, they immediately understood what was happening, but when she tried to snatch the phone, they realized that this is a skinwalker, because only skinwalkers do not want to be filmed on camera because they are scared. How do they know that people have already pierced their chip? If you shoot them on your phone, then nothing will happen to them. So here you calmly come home after a hard day at work, and a skinwalker pesters and takes away your phone. And what would you do in place of these guys? Follow me for more terrifying stories.
It is the mark of a villain. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do.
Her parties are incredible at her house, too.
Yeah, she does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza.
Wonderful,
yes.
wonderful pizza. All right, just y'all are all like, whatever.
How was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh, what
she make? Mom's pizza was better than Clue's. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does. 5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clue's excellent.
To show my appreciation, I am inviting you all to a pizza party tonight at Jennifer Aniston's house. I'll see you there.
Digital ID is not the danger. And today's debate showed us something worse. Something they didn't mean to reveal. When you watch Parliament for long enough, you stop listening to what they say and start paying attention to the slips. And today, they slip badly. Surveillance, privacy, control. But the debate has exposed a much deeper problem. The government don't need your agreement anymore. They said it without realizing it. 3 million people signed that petition. That's historic. That's a political earthquake. That's a once-in-a-decade public rejection. But inside that room, they spoke like the petition don't even matter. Like you don't matter. And me. And that's the part nobody's talking about. Digital ID wasn't the headline. The headline was the attitude. You had MPs admitting risk. MPs arguing danger. You had MPs warning their own prime minister. But not one of that changed direction because the decision isn't about consent. It's about control of scale. Digital ID is not the danger. The danger is the government realizing they can ignore millions of people and nothing happens. That's silence. The gap between what the public says and how the government reacts. That's where democracy erodes. And once the government discovers it doesn't need your permission, the next steps get easier. First, they ignore a petition, then they ignore parliament, then they ignore resistance. Everybody's debating technology, but I'm looking at the behavior. And today's behavior told you everything, whether you decide to notice it or not. Follow if you're done watching passively. We decode the myth, and we don't clap for crumbs.
They don't know when or how that got there. So my question is, do anybody know when and how that got there? And if an artist took his time to make this and build it over here and install it, you're weird.
Whoa. Seeing a lot of this stuff. Rainbows all messed up. It's like a colour in the sky. As if someone's dyed the sky with summit. Very weird.
They feel colours I can't even see.
Leaked video footage, allegedly originating from the Uintah County Sheriff's Department, located just miles from Skinwalker Ranch, have surfaced online, and they're sending shockwaves through the paranormal community.
Hold the light right there. You okay? They were. Oh my God.
What was that?
Grainy body cam footage reportedly shows officers responding to reports of movement near an abandoned property when a pale, emaciated figure appears from the darkness. Witnesses describe its elongated shoulders, ashen skin, and narrow, claw-like feet that click against the gravel as it moves. Officers can be heard gasping before the entity darts behind a fence with inhumane speed. Experts and skeptics alike are baffled, with some calling it evidence of a dogman-type humanoid a creature long dismissed as internet folklore. In the audio, one voice whispers, "What is that?" moments before the video cuts abruptly. Whether an elaborate hoax or a glimpse of something never meant to be seen, the Uintah County leak adds yet another chilling layer to the dark legend surrounding Skinwalker Ranch.
Reminds me of the Vegas alien. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Interesting. We're creeping up on December 19th, the next major close approach from Three Eye Atlas. And once again, we are barely getting a whisper from the news. Earth is about to get smacked with a geomagnetic storm. Perfect timing, right? Interstellar object swings by, space weather is just ramping up. I don't know about you, but this combination feels just a little too neat. December 19th is going to be interesting. Welcome to the unknown.
December 19th, and people are talking about something crazy happening between the December 20th and 24th, with children having dreams about some crazy stuff. Seems like a bit of a coincidence, doesn't it?
Daily Wire posting this video just lets me know that Candace Owens is right, and she is definitely onto something. Keep in mind that the Daily Wire is run by Ben Shapiro.
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus.
Mind you, she has gone on countless interviews and made money from these interviews. And honestly, guys, I have not followed this religiously at all. I've really just been following this through other people, like other content creators. And I do think it's very telling that Erica Kirk so quickly forgave her husband's shooter, but now she's so mad that all these questions are coming up. Mind you, questions she should be the one having as his wife, in my personal opinion. And Candace did speak about this today on her channel, and she also did address Erica's anger towards, herself and other podcasters. So Shannon Hill News, so that's really weird for me to say because Shannon's actually my cousin, guys, so I call her Shannon. She's really been covering this very well. And Candace commented on her latest video. Someone had commented on Shannon's video saying, why wouldn't Erica be panicking about being followed for 73 flights? And why is she more angry with podcasters asking real questions than that young man she forgave, say 10 after he allegedly killed her husband? Candace responded to this comment and said, I cannot understand this. If someone told me I was being followed by an Egyptian plane, I would be terrified and contact every government agency. Turning Point is instead messaging like it's completely normal and funny almost. I actually find it quite sad that Erica seems angry at Candace asking all the right questions. Questions about her husband's assassination. I hate to say this, it sounds really bad, but it kind of sounds like someone wants to cover it all up.